Alright, welcome to my video. My name's Eckogen. In this video, we'll go over floor 20 of Mushin's tower. So Yungsang will be your opponent, and this will probably be the most annoying fight you've ever done in Blade and Soul. He's got 6 million health, 2 CC bars, an enrage timer is 6 minutes, and he has true sight. At the start of the fight, he will jump onto you, and this jump will cause a shockwave. So each time he jumps, there's going to be a shockwave. You have to jump over it to avoid the shockwave. If the shockwave hits you, you'll take damage, you'll get CC'd, and I'll apply a debuff stack. You could iframe it, but you'll still get the debuff stack. The debuff stack lasts for 60 seconds, and it deals damage over time. So there's the jump. So that's the shockwave right there. So to avoid the shockwave, all you have to do is simply jump over it. If you're too close to him, though, you'll still get hit by the shockwave. So you have to be at least a minimum 2 meters away from him to avoid it. Alright, so between 100 to 41% of his health, he's just going to do just a normal attack pattern. So he'll usually always do like a stab attack, a slam or a spin, and then uppercut, and then a shockwave. So right here, what you're seeing is his stab attack. So this is a linear, unblockable AoE. You just simply have to be at the side of him to avoid that. Alright, so this one here is his slam attack. So he just swings his spear, slams it on the ground. You can block this, or you need to be at the side of him to avoid it. Alright, so this right here is his uppercut attack. This attack has 2 moves. The first move deals only damage, so you don't really have to worry about that move too much. But his second move, if it hits you, it will aerial you, and then he'll follow up with a pile driver. So this does a lot of damage. So you gotta make sure you block or iframe his second attack. Okay, so at every 20% of his health, so pretty much 80, 60, 40, and 20, it's going to announce that Yungsang uses Golden Dragon Scimitar. So what happens is that he's going to jump to the middle of the room. That's going to cause a shockwave. He's going to follow up with suction. So this suction, you can't avoid the daze, but you can avoid the suction if you're like a warlock that has Bastion, or destroyer with Hurricane or Amber Stomp. So that will avoid the daze, but not the suction itself. After that suction, there will be an explosion, so you could use your tab to time to iframe that explosion. Alright, after that, he's going to parry spin towards you. Now, this parry spin needs to be blocked, as it will CC him for a couple seconds. If you don't block it, he'll just keep parry spinning until he hits the wall. Okay, so right after that, when he recovers from the stun, he's going to jump into the air and cause a shockwave, so be ready to jump. And then he's going to go back to his normal attack pattern. So he's going to do a stab, and then parry stun. So he either does parry stun or slam. For the parry stun, you can either block it, or just iframe it, or just be far away enough that it doesn't hit you. If it hits you, it's going to knock you back. If you hit it, it's going to knock you back. That's his uppercut attack, slam, or sorry, stab. Alright, so that's 20%, so don't forget that every 20% he's going to do the Golden Dragon Scimitar phase. So you jump over that shockwave, he's going to suction you in. If you don't have your tab escape skill up, and you F-roll that, then you need to make sure you iframe the explosion part. And then next is going to be the parry spin, so block it, it stuns him, and then he's going to do a jump, shockwave. And then back to his normal attacks. That's uppercut attack, stab attack. Okay, so what happens here is that once he hits 40%, he's going to stop what he's doing, and he's going to jump to random locations around the room 3 times. Each time he does this, it's going to cause a shockwave, so you need to jump 3 times, essentially. Okay, and then after the 3rd jump, he's always going to do either a counter, or he's going to drink his potion or whatever he drinks. And that's a random order. He might drink first and then do the counter, or he'll do the counter and then drink. So since I hit into it, he's gonna knock me up and then pile drive me. But he's gonna do a drink right after. So you gotta make sure you CC. So you can't let him finish that drink, kind of like Noxoon, since he'll get, if you let him finish it, he'll get a 20-second immunity. He'll get a damage buff, and I believe if you let him drink twice, he'll do an enrage. Alright, so don't forget too that because we've also hit the 40%, he's going to do the Golden Dragon Scimitar phase again. So there's the suction. If you time it correctly with your tab, you're going to iframe it. And then he's going to Parry Spin, so block him. And then you can do the jump Shockwave. Okay, so if you get knocked back from him and you're 10 meters or further, he's automatically going to grab you, and then that does a lot of damage. So if this happens, if you time your F roll, so don't F roll immediately, but like wait like maybe like a second and a half or so and press it, your F roll will actually iframe his grab, just like that. So keep in mind that you have to be pretty much 9 meters or closer to him, or he will always grab you. So he jumps around the room. This 3 jump mechanic also happens about every 30 seconds or so after the 40% health. So he's taking his drink, so you want to CC him. And then after that he does his counter, so make sure you either get behind him or don't hit the counter. Alright. There are times too he'll actually do a knee attack like he just did to me right there. It's very fast, but you can block or iframe it. So that would be the only additional move you need to watch out for once you've passed the 40% phase. And there we go. That is how you do floor 20 of Mushin's Tower. Thank you for watching. I hope that helped.